The following presentation is part of the Beyond the Blast Doors network.
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
What is going on, Bombad fam? I am super. Never makes me not laugh. Just look at Donkey Kong, guys. What's going on? It's me, Scotty, Jarod. I am here. I'm super excited. Sorry for the delay. I was busy. Look, let me be real honest with you. Gerry was sending me some dirty pics. Bill and Trey were also getting into it. And Gerry just sitting in the corner, having a good time. I don't know what that means, but I'm excited to be here. We're talking about love, people. Talking about, we have the wrong lower third. We're talking about couples, kids. And the reason I'm here is because of the wonderful network we belong to that graciously let us start 20 minutes late. And the people in the chat have been so patient. I saw that 12 of you are waiting for this nonsense. And that really means a lot to me. So here at the network, we've got a bunch of fans that really care. We've also got, we've got Holla Chronicles every Monday. Great show, collecting. If you like collecting, you'll like them. We got Around the Galaxy with Pete Fletcher. Pete himself is a wonderful, wonderful interviewer. I'm pretty sure everyone in here has been interviewed by Pete, except maybe Trey. Trey hasn't. Trey's on the next list, I'd imagine, somewhere down the line. We got Beyond the Blasters Lives on Wednesday. We broke some weird news yesterday. We'll talk about that at some point. Bombadcast live on Thursday. That's why you're here. And, of course, Force Connect. A great way to get in touch with everyone in the community, the Star Wars community. We've got a bunch of that love to watch that and join that show. It's a live call-in show. It's good stuff. If you liked it all, you can find us at beyondtheblastdoors.com for any of your articles and great updates. And if you really like us, you can give us money at the BTBDB network page and patreon.com. So I am talking a lot, and I need to bring in my wonderful, wonderful co-host that sounds like he's broadcasting from a 1938 Edison phone. So, Gerry, how are we doing right now, my good friend? We've got a bunch of guests waiting in the wing. Gerry, I don't know what's wrong with your microphone, but we can't hear you. So, while Gerry gets his problem solved, nope, can't hear you. So, no. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why you're doing that. So while we get Gerry's thing working, I'm going to bring in our guest, and we're here to talk about a bunch of stuff. Okay. Our guests are amazing. One of them hasn't been on the Bombadcast, but the other two have been reoccurring, wonderful, wonderful guests. In particular, our first guest ever, EVER Bill the Thrill, which I just think it's amazing. Bill Sheehy, my ginger in, I guess, crime. Bill, what's going on, bud?
Not a whole lot, man. Happy to be back. I had such a fun time being the first guest.
Oh, my God.
I love being
81
back.
81 episodes again. 81 episodes
81.
Later.
You guys have done 81 episodes? Good
Yes.
for you. Oh, my God. That's impressive.
Oh,
That's
dude,
really impressive.
It's
That's
something.
awesome, dude. Thanks for having me.
Oh,
Love
dude, I'm
being
so
here.
excited. Now, I don't know how well you know Jarod. I don't know if you've ever worked with Jarod before. Jarod is another reoccurring guest in the Bombadcast. Jarod is just this, I call him the Caucasian Barry White. Jarod, how are we doing, brother?
Let's go. We got to do the total shrug. It's been solo time. It's Raylo time. What's up? I'm like 3 cups of coffee deep. I'm just full energy. It's Bombadcast. Last minute. I'm ready to go. I've been fighting Nazis all day, man. This is a good press release.
Jarod, I can't wait to hug you at Star Wars Celebration.
Oh,
I want you to know that right now. Like,
Listen,
I've known you for 5
you're a
minutes, and
That's how that works, kid.
beautiful, beautiful embrace. Awesome.
See, that's the power of this. And we've got your co-host on Skywalking for the League, the
Hell yeah.
amazing Trey, the man Mitchell. Trey, what's going on, brother?
There
Yo,
he is.
I saw Jarod get his lightsaber, so I had to get my Darth Tyrannus one. Show it off here. Here we go.
Look
That's
at
right.
that.
The Dooku saber. Yeah, baby.
Look at that.
Where's that from? Where's that from, bud?
Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, that's like the Galaxy's Edge one. Okay, I wasn't sure if
Yeah.
that was like a Saber Forge or God, that's beautiful.
I got it from Doc Ondar's Cantina itself, man.
Dude,
way more money than I should have paid.
You like the curve of it?
Didn't negotiate well.
Does the curve of it feel pretty good in your hand, Trey?
Usually, if you have a curve like that, you should probably get it checked out. But like this is the exception.
Like a perfect 45-degree angle.
Oh, it's amazing. We're gonna bring Gerry in back. Hopefully, his problem is solved. Gerry, let me make sure I can we get my old Edison phone out. I don't have an Edison phone. Gerry,
I can't hear Scotty, but I can hear everyone else.
We can hear you.
Gerry,
I can hear you guys, but I can't hear Scott. So
I don't know what is happening then. That is bizarre. Well,
it's catching.
We'll be the middlemen. It'll be fine.
There you go. There you go. It's okay.
We'll tell you what
guys
Scotty
translate.
says.
You guys translate. Just Scotty. You need to turn subtitles on, right? This is VHS. Never mind. You can't do that.
they do have subtitles. Like, have you ever tried that? By the way, go to YouTube's like algorithm based subtitles. I was showing my students a video and it like butchered something so bad it like made a curse word out of it. It was just like this. Never gonna do this again. This is not gonna happen. Boys, we are all here for a very special reason, and I'm so excited we're all here because this was last minute. We had a guest fall through, but that doesn't matter. And honestly, I didn't know if that was actually gonna even happen to begin with. So here we are. We're
I
living.
love how the Bombadcast method is. We had a guest fall through. I know what I'll do. I'll bring in 3. I'll just bring in some of the most chaotic sons of bitches on the internet that I need to stop talking about. Sorry.
This is the Bombad. This is like the Bombad said, the B team, right? There's like A team, the B team. Like this is like our we all have a special
team.
set of
This is
skills.
the build team. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's the build team. That's how you say that.
We all yeah, there you go. We all have a special set of skills, and those special set of skills is talking shit on the internet. So
Is that really what it
good.
is?
Mine
I think we all have deep thematic understanding of Star Wars more than most, I would say, plebs do. So I felt the need to bring every one of these wonderful people in because of how we take in Star Wars, in particular the love aspect of it. Before we do that, I want to give y'all a chance to plug because people do the plugs at the end, and that's cordial. I get it. But plugging at the beginning, he kind of set people up for, let's see if I will become a listener of Skywalking or Nerd Academy. So I'm going to let Jarod go first. Jarod, you're the representative of Nerd Academy tonight. Tell our listeners about it. And I'm sure, look how extra.
Okay.
Jeez.
Pillows are
pillow.
comfy. Pillows are comfy.
Good point.
Let the Nerd Academy Podcast Network become your comfort network. After you're done listening to Beyond the Blast Doors, of course. Like, I'm not about to come into your house and steal from you.
Network wars.
I want to share. Stay tuned. So
I love you, Jarod.
am the host of all the shows at the Nerd Academy Podcast Network. Our main show, the Nerd Academy Podcast, is comic book movie news, entertainment news, stuff like that. We have our Star Wars show, Knights of the Nerd Republic.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's
Thank you. I want to be on.
It's the coolest name. Like I don't even pretend. We have the best Star Wars podcast name. Like we can talk about the content a different day, but the name and the branding.
The name's incredible.
Love it.
We have one of our new shows, the Nerd Academy Movie Club, which is bi-weekly. If you are so generous to sub to our Patreon at the $5 tier, you also get the audio commentary tie-ins. So you can actually watch the movies with us. We have our new movie trivia Schmodown after show, the #1 contender podcast. We have our other bi-weekly conversational show, Campus Life.
There's like an army that runs his shit. I'm not even kidding. Like if you ever go on Nerd Academy, it's like 8 people, and I'm like, this is insane. This is incredible. Like,
yeah,
there's
we
just-
run 9 people deep, and every show's like a revolving door.
How amazing is that? That you don't see that often. So I don't know. I've been on Nerd Academy, and I love a vibe like that because it feels like, and this totally plays into it. It feels like when you were in college and you'd sit in the cafeteria and just one person gets up, the other person leaves, or you're in the union. And I don't know. I don't mean to plug it so much, but that concept is just genius. And look at it as he sits. My God.
Well, I mean, it works too because and I know he's in the chat right now. Save for Connor. I've known almost everybody in our network since I was since we were all in school.
Yes.
We've all known each other. And yes, Connor's right. And I swear more. But but we've all known each other since we were all in school. So that's why we get that lunch table conversation feel. It's just an extension of that.
Yeah.
We have a microphone in front of us now, and it's it's a steady countdown until one of us gets canceled. It's just one of us is going to take a bit too far. We're all not the group of people that shall not be named type people.
No,
but we could always commit to every bit too hard, and we're always razor.
I know someone like that.
That's what you though. That's what we love about you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we
can hear you now.
Yes, and I can hear Scotty. I can hear everyone. Trey, say something.
Hey, man. How's it
Yes! It works! It works! Woo!
Oh,
He's taking a victory lap now. Well, that's the show, everybody.
now that we've got Jarod.
What if I just fucking fell from the ceiling and just
So, Bill or Trey, I'm gonna let Bill do it right now. Let's hear about Skywalking. This Skywalking, when it first dropped, I'm like, this is genius because you're playing the two different fandoms. Fill us in.
So, my co-host and I, Trey, we were both writers at Star Wars Newsnet for a little bit, and we both loved basketball. I love Kentucky basketball, college. I love the NBA too because a bunch of Kentucky guys play in the NBA now.
Yeah.
So we thought, hey, we love Star Wars, we love NBA. We love basketball. Let's put those two together. What we found out is that when you combine two things that have nothing to do with each other after you do a Star Wars starting five, there's really only Star Wars to talk about.
Always, yes.
So we haven't really talked basketball except me crying about Kentucky basketball this entire year. So but we mainly focus on Star Wars. I'm really, really proud at where Trey and are in the pod right now in terms of content, discussion, our chemistry, everything. Because we're really like Jarod was talking about. While we're not necessarily old, friends from elementary school, we've become really, really close, and it's two friends talking about Star Wars. Yeah, and we're both really, really. Trey is one of the most talented people that I know. Just point blank.
Let's talk about Trey.
Get it close
Trey,
up. I would say you guys have the most badass theme song of any Star Wars podcast ever.
That's Trey, man. That's it. He put it together because I was like, we're skywalking through the league. We have to have skywalking. Skywalker by My Miguel, and so that's what it was. And then we combine basketball and that's it. We love talking Star Wars. We love specifically Mando, Clone Wars, everything, anything. We go in depth. We've got some big prequel era stuff coming up that we're planning right now that I'm really, really excited about. So yeah, if you like Bombadcast, if you like the Nerd Academy with Jarod, you'll like us. We're just two guys talking Star Wars, and we really would appreciate you guys listening to us because even if it's when we have one person comment to us hey, we like the pod this week, that makes all the difference. So come in,
Bill, and then we also have my pharmacist.
That's right. That's right.
We had this random time where I went to go get medicine, and my pharmacist saw I was wearing a Star Wars Celebration shirt. And he was like, "Oh, bro, did you go to Celebration?" I was like, "Of course I did." And then we were talking, and I was like, "Yeah, I actually have a Star Wars podcast." And he's like, "No way! What podcast is it?" I'm like, "Oh, I don't think you've heard of it. It's pretty small. It's called Skywalking Through the League." And he was like, "You're kidding, right?" And I'm like,
"No way!
What? No!" And he was like, "Bro!" And he pulls out his phone and goes to Spotify, and he's listening to the podcast. And I'm like,
No way.
What the hell is happening?
Listen,
I
called Bill immediately, like 5 times.
I've been part of a pretty decently like big podcast before, and like I never got that. Like with just like random people we saw. Always had
shout out to my pharmacist Khalil. I haven't gone there in a while. Hope he's doing well. I wish him the best.
I was going to say, I thought you guys had like your own pharmacist for like your show.
We did. It's actually
what's that about?
Pharmacist.
Sounds cool. Yeah. All right. Party.
Dr. Feelgood.
That's what we call our editors, the pharmacist.
That's right. That's right.
There you go.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, I like the fact that we can do that beforehand, because if people like the conversation, then they're gonna go find other shows that they're gonna like and associate, and it's waiting for the day for the reaction video and stuff. That's gonna happen at Celebration. I'm telling you, everyone in this thing is gonna get a picture of me crying from Celebration. So you'll wear it and you'll say he's my friend. He's the crying guy.
I know him.
So yeah, I know him. So this is something we do with every guest.
Wait. Why is that not just a Bombadcast t-shirt though?
Yeah,
the crying guy.
How have we not done that yet?
I don't know. You're
like
right.
your face going.
Black Series Rebels did like what was it? The George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford. Just do that. Put it on a shirt. I mean, who's going to copyright claim it? Like, are you?
Yeah.
Like,
no.
If it's Scotty's face,
if it's just Scotty, then why not?
No, go for it. We've got that nice couples picture from like a couples vacation. Speaking of couples, of McCallum and Hayden Christensen still, and stuff, and no one's called us on that one. So
well, there'll be like a mankini version of that if you do it, because I'd really appreciate.
As soon as T Public puts the mankini on again, like after COVID,
again,
it's going on there.
So
all right,
I got a merch pitch for you. Okay,
all right.
So I want you to take every moment of somebody crying or weeping in Star Wars, and I'm gonna need you to put your face on it.
Yes.
I'm talking like Luke, like no. Whenever Obi-Wan dies, I'm talking Leia when Han gets frozen.
It's just Scotty crying in Star Wars situations.
Yeah, I'm talking Kylo killing Han. Run it.
Look at this.
Oh my gosh, Paul Stanley. Doesn't Paul Stanley already own a Scotty t-shirt? That's all I think he had it made himself.
I just love that he's
like it's like a dirty Polaroid camera that he has through your bathroom window, and he just like went and got it.
He's my
on
friend.
He duct taped it to a shirt even, and just walked around Walmart like,
hey! Glue. I just love that Paul said this. I would wear a Scotty t-shirt, and then he says this. Stand up for what you believe in. I don't really know what that means. So we should all just stand up, boys. Stand up. Okay. Stand up. Stand up for what you believe in.
Oh shit.
And walk around.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I don't know what this feels like. This feels like when you're in high school and they're like, okay, now stand up and look to your left and look to your right.
Statistically, one of them will be drunk tomorrow. So
one of them's gonna freaking die. I love that. Oh my god. Yeah, we're talking about you. You're center stage, sir. We are enjoying your is that a postman or a police officer cookie jar?
Okay, this is deep lore. I'm sorry for making this about me.
You didn't. I fucking did. Pardon me.
Okay, whenever like me and basically all of the Nerd Academy people were with a different podcast network.
Bill, that freaked me out for 2 seconds. I'm not gonna lie.
We are already off the rails in the best possible way.
I would keep it short, I promise. So we were recording one of our there's Connor, Cookie Cop. So we were recording one of our shows, and this like police officer cookie jar that had not like made noise for like at least 12 years in the middle of a recording turned itself on. And, like out of nowhere, and continued to just go off at random for no reason. To the point where we are convinced that there is some type of eldritch being that's trapped inside of Cookie Cop.
No, that's you. You must respect Cookie Cop because that is high strangeness at its finest, sir. There you go. Respect
like
Cookie
I said,
Cop.
we need deep police reform. I'm afraid of Cookie Cop. Don't
Defund Cookie Cop is what you're saying.
No,
Defund
don't
Cookie
defund Cop, 'cause
No, Bill.
no.
He'll hear you. You're gonna wake Bill. You're gonna wake up and Cookie Cop's gonna be on your chest tonight.
It can be
Don't throw me with a good time. Jesus.
Wait.
Don't touch the cookies.
Oh, that's good.
That is epic. Yes, put him back on his shrine so that we don't anger him.
Nice one, Scotty.
I already live in a house from the
Cookie
is he
Cop
going?
returned.
Away from the cookie jar.
What? Do it again. Do it again.
Stop. Move away from the cookie jar.
I remember. I remember when they were selling those things at Walmart, like when I was a kid. I wanted one so bad. Those are so ridiculously. That's creepy as hell, dude. That's awesome.
It's horrifying. The funny thing is that you can't quite see it. There's a latch inside of his neck that it's
As
supposed
all of us have. Yeah.
to open it, but it's broken. So we have to use our keys to poke it to turn him on when we want to make him do the sound.
That's what Cookie Cop is into, huh? Sorry. Oh, woo!
There have not been rails on this conversation.
No,
they're never going to be rails.
Hey, you know what?
Which I love. That's
the
my
Bombadcast. The Bombadcast is one of those new railless attractions at Disney World, right?
Hey,
we're just kind of going wherever we want.
We're Empire Standard, guys. Come on, that's the setup. So to kind of actually
currently deleting the interview he did with me right now. He's deleting.
He's probably like, damn, that's why I kept hearing cookie noises and stuff.
So real quick, just to bring it back around. Trey is the only one that has not guested on this wonderful platform that we call podcasting, and people for some reason
about time.
17 people are watching right now. So Trey, I'm gonna let you have the floor. Okay, Kramer. Wow. Hey, I'm gonna let you have the floor because Trey has never been asked this. This is a Bombadcast tradition.
Oh,
okay?
Here we go.
Bombadcast has always found a way to categorize things differently, and one thing we do here is best, favorite, and most fun Star Wars films. Now, to make it simple, I can do mine really quick just to give you a second to think about it, because there are 3 different categories, honestly. The best to you is obviously opinionated. Your favorite is 100% what you fall back on. Most fun, that's the one I like the most, because that's the one that always gets interesting to me. Right now, the best to me is TLJ. It's going to be up there probably for a long time, okay? My, obviously, favorite, if you can't tell, for some reason the year of 2020 and 2021 is the year of Rick McCallum on The Phantom Menace. Paul Stanley can tell you all about that. We also have Master Chief joining us. Hi, I'm new. Master Chief.
Whoa, Master.
Well, you picked the right episode to get introduced to all of us.
Shouldn't you be in a video game? Oh, that's so boomer. Anyway, so most fun.
Oh, aren't you on the Xboxing? What's the going on here? What's going on?
So,
hey.
So we got best favorite, most fun. Most fun for me is The Phantom Menace, but it's also kind of tied with Solo. Trey, now that I've given you just a brief moment, and you can also include TV shows or particular arcs and stories, or even books. I mean, it's up to you. I use the movies because it's a little bit easier. Look at this. Everyone just bringing in Master Chief. This is incredible. Dude, this is the greeting of a lifetime, and we've got Paul Stanley.
Yeah, welcome, Master Chief. Welcome. Rock and roll legend.
Welcome, Master Chief.
Oh, the rock and roll legend. Right here, boys and girls. Okay.
Do you have the can of hot dogs image just loaded up? Because that's what I
hell
wanna
yeah.
see.
Look at the background change.
Load it up. Woo! That's the Bombadcast shirt waiting to happen right there, and Rick McCallum, and it will be called Can of Hot Dogs.
Okay. So Trey, our honorary hot dog. Okay.
Thank you.
Hot dogging.
You need to give us your most fun, and then I'll let Bill and Jarod have their moment too.
Okay, so best, I'll say The Last Jedi is the best. And then my most favorite, I I want to go the Siege of Mandalore.
Ooh,
I
yes,
want to tag or give a shout out to my friend Nathan Rojas, because Nathan has made a cut of the Siege of Mandalore and Revenge of the Sith and calls it, wait for it, Siege of the Sith. Ooh.
We've seen it.
That's hot.
It's awesome. It's dope. It's like the best thing ever. It's my favorite Star Wars movie. It's like really good. So I'll probably have to say, that's definitely my favorite. And then what was the last one? The most fun?
Most fun. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Attack of the Clones.
Oh, that's
so
cool. Why? Why?
It's just like, it's silly. It's so silly. It's like there's like
Hell
Anakin just like floating a pear, and he's just like being Cooper's like to Anakin.
Oh, that's so
using the
that's
Force
so
on a
so
pear.
on brand. Oh,
To Anakin, using the Force on a pear is him saying, "Hey, girl, notice me." And I love it. And then they're just like
so awesome
in like a giant coliseum, and he and Padme, or Anakin and Padme, now are in love, and Obi-Wan's just like, I left you with her for 4 days, and now you're in love. Like it's just it's absurd.
Oh my
Jango
God.
Fett's great. Daniel Logan is just like doing this the whole time, and it's seismic charge.
Do your best in a Logan.
Yes.
That whisper talk. Do your best in a Logan, because there's
Dad,
a voice.
who's this?
It's like
what
he's
else do we
whispering.
have?
Get it, Dad.
Yeah.
He's like scream whispering.
Unfortunately, we don't have as much Jar Jar as the Phantom Menace, but we have
It's okay.
Yoda versus my man, Daddy Dukes.
Daddy Dukes.
Daddy Dukes.
Daddy Dukes
So-
sounds like like the dad version of Mom Jeans. I
And
love
I
that.
believe
Dukes.
in if you say it in traditional Sereno, it's Zaddy Juice.
Zaddy Zooks, but
Zaddy
I
Zooks.
Battlefront 2 a lot, and
I love that.
we have character names for everyone. But yeah, Attack of the Clones, it's crazy. The sound effects are just like amazing, and it's like a great amount of fun. And then the final shot is like, holy shit, the Clone Wars have begun. So
that ending is so good.
I used to hate it, and now I love that movie. I used to tell I told my sister, don't watch it, just don't watch it. Maybe like 6 years ago, and then she overheard me saying that I liked it, and she's like, "Dude, what the hell? I didn't hate it."
What are you talking about?
Hey, one thing
I have to rewind and watch that. If I missed that little section where it's like them standing on the balcony watching the Star Destroyers taking off, if I missed the balcony punch by Jimmy Smits, I have to stop and rewind it and rewatch it, because no one punches a balcony like Jimmy effing Smits.
Listen,
I'll tell you.
Plain balcony.
You can just
thank you for saying the brave things in this fandom right now. Thank you so much for saying that. So brave.
Trey,
Oh my God.
hey,
Mwah.
Trey's more brave than I am, but I'm just saying, like, we're just
Attack
gonna
of
say.
Clone supremacy, man.
Hey,
I'm proud to
Attack of
say
the
it
Clones
now.
is amazing. Yeah, pull me off that. Why am I big? I'm just saying, I
So
was
you
balcony
tells
punches.
Obi-Wan the whole plot, and if Obi-Wan agreed, like everything could have
different
been
thing.
solved. Everything. He was
Yeah.
trying. He was like, "Yo, I'm so sorry about your master. He was my friend. I just read Master and Apprentice. Highly recommend." And that kind of rhymed. But
Dooku said
it's
that,
just
actually, not you, right?
yeah,
Dude, we're gonna start singing on here in a second, like it's freaking Hamilton. If we're not
It's
careful.
like that episode in Star Wars Rebels with the droid who just like starts.
Oh,
singing
AB5?
Leia's death.
My
AB5,
guitar
I
is
just
in
watched
an
it. I
arm's
cried.
length away from me, so we're ready to go.
Oh, dude,
I
that's
might have died.
Anyway, here's
no,
Wonderwall.
hey, you know what? You're gonna be living like we're all gonna be at Celebration next year, right? Okay.
That's
Oh,
the
dude.
plan.
Willing?
Cross.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be what, the 20th anniversary of Attack of the Clones?
20th
right?
anniversary.
Are we gonna be
of Attack of the
living?
Clones.
That's
Are we
so
gonna
weird.
like have like? Are we gonna be like all saying Zam Wessel lines and stuff there? Like, I'm for it, man. Let's do it.
I hit the
That'd be
shit.
amazing.
Down.
I think Jared's got.
That's on Weesia.
Look at this. Jared's got Master
Oh.
Chief.
Oh,
with
Master
him.
Chief's here.
There he is.
So this
That's
is a
so cool.
recurring Nerd Academy bit. There's actually somebody who's saying is Master Chief in the chat. That has nothing to do with us.
Is Nerd Academy your podcast network or?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Or
Making sure.
Master
Okay.
Chiefs.
Master Chiefs.
Hey, there may or may not be a Master Chief statue in here solely to make fun of the fact that I am horrendously bad at Halo. And Levi got the mispleasure of watching me play and just sat back and went, Jarod, what I'm not going to say the F word, but he was like, Jarod, what the did I just see? And he just proceeded, like, again, man I've known since 7th grade, just proceeded to tell me that I am one of the most inept people he's ever met. Trying to play Halo. So it was destiny, Master Chief, for you to be here.
It's gonna pull back up.
This is like the best. This is the best, Master Chief.
This is the best.
I'm new.
Hi, I'm new. That's gotta be. Can we get the? I want that pulled so I can make that into like a PNG. I'm gonna make that Master Chief. Hi, I'm new. That's gonna be a shirt for some reason. I don't know why.
Jarod, you got all these shirt materials you need to actually make.
Oh my gosh.
So, real quick, we've got some great people in the chat. One person I want to bring up in particular because this is how I started podcasting. I'm not even kidding. Is because of these two people. I'm not joking.
Ooh.
I will never not admit this. If it was not for Bill and Patrick and John Hoey and the old classic TRB crew, I would not be where I'm at. I'm not joking. It's what got me here. So, boys, when you started doing your thing, I mean, I don't know what year it was, but I joined October of 2017. Mm-hmm. These two dudes right here were my life. And I was like, I'm going to tweet at them, and I got responses, and I love you all.
And let me tell we'll get to the topic at some point.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
It's all, but like you brought this up. Patrick Covey straight up was like, because I did not have any sort of podcasting experience when I started writing at Star Wars Newsnet. And I just asked if I could go on the pod because I was like, this seems fun. Why not?
Yeah.
And Patrick, God love him, from the moment I started, was very welcoming, and he was just like, yeah, come on, come talk. And it was just
always.
It was an easy transition. And so, like, the reason I'm here, the reason I had any success with anything in the Star Wars fandom, I got my start because first Val Trichkoff said, yes, you can write for us. And then Patrick said, yes, you can come be on the show with us. And that just transitioned into, so many opportunities that I am just eternally grateful. So I love that dude. Pat is a great dude. He's awesome. So thank you for saying that, Scotty. That's very nice. You don't need to say that, but like that means. I mean,
literally, it's what kickstarted it for me, and it was TRB and Star Wars Explained. I was like, I can do this.
Exactly. You looked at you looked at me, and you were like, well, look, I can do that.
literally, every person who is making a YouTube or podcast right now, YouTube show or podcast show right now, at one point went, I could talk about this.
Me too. I was like, well,
that is the jump in phrase, because that was me too. So that's just like,
yeah.
And then if you're Jarod, you're like, we could own this, right? Like we could have a cookie pop and Master Chief. Like,
well, Trey, thank you for giving us your best, favorite, most fun. Jarod or Bill, if you want to share yours, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to jump right into the topic, I am fine with either of those things. What do y'all think, boys?
I will yield my time to Bill because I have not shut up this entire time.
Okay, so Bill, do you want to say yours? Or you want to kind of go in the conversation?
Mine is a little updated. A little updated.
I want to hear it now.
Best, The Last Jedi. It's The Last Jedi. Like, it will always be until Rian Johnson does something different in Star Wars. It'll be The Last Jedi. My favorite is Return of the Jedi.
Oh, I love that.
My most fun, sit down. Everyone's sitting down, right?
Oh, I'm sitting.
Yeah. Ready? Hold on.
Rise of Skywalker.
I knew he.
It's Rise. I like, and listen, I know it has one of the dumbest plot twists. I understand that it's dumb, it's silly, but somehow Palpatine returned. And then if you are willing to accept that, and then you're willing to and even when Kylo says you have his power, you're a Palpatine, my eyes go so far back into the back of my head where I can see my brain.
Yes.
I love it. I love.
There is something to that movie that is so wholesome in a weird way. I don't know. I can't figure it out yet.
It's so, and then like I said, I've said this on Twitter. I will die on this hill. The moment Rey sees Finn and Poe after Exegol is one of the most wholesome, wonderful moments in all of Star Wars. And the first 4 or 5 times I saw it, and even after I don't watch it for a while, I do it. It brings a tear to my eye. It really does. Like, it's so sweet. And it's like, talk about, for me at least, finding what the sequel trilogy to me meant, like finding your family.
Yeah.
Rey did that. She found her family. And like having that pure moment of, oh my God, I found you. You're here. And this is exactly what I've been looking for. Thank you. It sticks with me. And once again, I know it's dumb. Like, I know it's really dumb. But like,
some might say that all of Star Wars is a little bit of dumb and deep at the same time.
We're dealing with wizards in space. So let's just
right.
It's fun.
The Star Wars trilogy is itself a dyad in the Force of
powerful light, powerful darkness.
Powerful light, powerful darkness. It's the dual protagonists. Whatever you want, whatever euphemism you want to use for it's silly and it means utterly more than anything to some of us. So.
Exactly.
Kind of like this.
Hey, there it is. Listen.
Yes. Here we go. Our sponsors for tonight's show. We have the author on today, actually, and actually, I believe Bill. Don't you also narrate the audio book here because this is an Audible original?
You know, listen. It was really. I was kind of surprised that Simon & Schuster even wanted to sign me to write my story about me falling in love and marrying Natalie Portman. But you know. It's wonderful that I was able to get this opportunity. And listen, there are a couple surprises along the way. You know, bartender meets actress, meets another actress, and then gets married to said actress. So
that is fantastic. Is the book tour happening as scheduled at trailer parks around the U.S.?
It's actually just at places where Gina Carano can show her face, but that's it.
Got a mask on. Got a mask on, I'd imagine, huh? So, Gerry, who's our next sponsor? I believe it's going to be kind of a big sponsor for us.
We kind of have a new one, don't we? Is this a new one?
I'm going to pull it up.
Pull up our brand new sponsor. Yes, we have the Book of Boca Fett. It is the Boca Burger Sliders and Other Meatless Recipes. This is a recipe book for Boca Burgers, meatless recipes. And we have the tagline of, "It's no good to me dead." So, so check out the Book of Boca Fett coming out July. I believe this is coming out the 4th of July, just in time for those 4th of July barbecues. So check it out. That's again. Wow, your vegan friends. The Book of Boca Fett meets no good.
It looks like Boba Fett in a Rally's commercial.
I know.
I see that, and I want to see. I want to hear Tamora Morrison do an ad read for Arby's. We have no meats. Tatooine. Boba Fett. Jango Fett.
Oh, it's great. Well, our last sponsor of the evening is going to be Radio Shack. And you can get your finest computer here at Radio Shack and make sure you get it's part of the Tandy Corporation, which I don't know why advertisements don't do that anymore.
I don't know, but this kind of feels like an MCU commercial where like they're also creating killer nanobots that eat flesh, you know? So but once again, Tandy Corporation is our good friend, and we welcome our nanobot overlords. So
yes. So speaking of nanobots, weird transition.
Jarod wipes the tears out of his eyes.
So, everyone in here, to a certain extent, has felt the embrace of a man or a woman that is both something we cherish, same time. So, hey, Trey's from Florida. So, no, Trey's not from Florida.
I'm from Colorado. I live in.
There we go. Hey, that's still the. That's just the northern Florida. No, so
Colorado, the northern Florida, exactly.
So there was a really important quote from the late '90s by the man named Hathaway, and he said, "What is love? And here we are discussing, and he was a philosopher, if I'm not mistaken. And this man Hadaway, he questioned what is love, and here we are. We are 40 minutes in. We have now just made it to the main discussion. You just heard a 40-minute intro. We're talking about the best Star Wars couples and what Star Wars is in terms of love. So I got to bring it up first. Relationships in Star Wars have always been really interesting, always been really important to the integral part in Star Wars, and it always kind of ties into the overall themes of Star Wars. Love can be seen both as a father-son love, a couple love, or a brother-sister love. That's weird and not really supposed to happen, but
Sometimes
we're forcing
both.
that anyway. Sometimes both. So
All the above.
we're going to talk about the couples of each kind of story, each kind of overarching story. And you know what? We're all prequel babies here. Let's start off with the best couple of all. I'm referring to Padme and Anakin. Okay. Started out a little weird. Started out really weird, actually. So
And really weird.
Now we're gonna get deadly serious.
So let's talk about who wants to reenact the whole scene for us? Because someone has it memorized.
Which one?
Angel.
Which one?
Are you an
Are
angel?
you an angel? There we go. Bill's got it.
Oh, that one. Okay.
An angel. I've heard
Huh?
the deep space pirates talk about them. They live on the moons of Iago, I think.
You're
They're-
a little boy.
This is insane.
They're the most beautiful creatures in the entire galaxy. I don't know. That's all I remember.
Sorry,
from
I'm
it.
having a WandaVision moment where I'm like, did I come? You want me to start?
Do you want me to start over?
again?
You want me to do it from the top?
Start over.
Jake
You're
is
a
actually
funny- you're a
Jake
funny
Lloyd
little boy.
is behind me right now. He's giving me notes, so let me listen to him
Oh.
real quick.
Does he tell him to put the gun down? It's gonna be okay.
Aw.
It's gonna be okay.
Dude,
Sorry.
has anyone read this book?
I have not.
I realized
have.
it was out before I could say anything. I'm sorry.
All right, so say it again, Trey.
I
Have you
have
read
that
this book?
I
Okay.
had read that book a long time ago.
That scene is expanded on in the weirdest way possible. And I read it the other day, and it literally, and I don't get hooked on books, but I'm sitting in my school's library reading it, and I'm like,
Hold on a minute.
there's a line
Sorry.
in the book where out of nowhere, as Padme's leaving, Anakin goes, I'm going to marry you one day. And I'm like, okay.
Wait, what?
Dead ass. I
No
will find
way.
it word for word. I will read it to y'all. So before
George originally had that in the script, but it was very just like
really
It was
Anakin
very
said
weird.
that to Padme, or Padme
Yes.
said that.
I hope
Okay.
Anakin the one who said that.
That would.
I believe technically Anakin pulled out a boombox and started singing, "I'm gonna marry that girl someday."
Listen, it's weird either way. We're talking about a 14-year-old queen of who's the leader of an entire government. None of this makes any sense. What?
All right, so I'm going to let y'all talk real quick while I find the exact quote. But the Anakin Padme love had developed really well over the prequel trilogy, and something even in that love manifests later in the sequel trilogy. But I'm going to go on that tangent with Jarod later because I know him and I could talk about that for hours. Boys, if you want to go around the table, maybe talk what you like about their love, and even talk about what you might not like. Trey, I'm going to start with you, bud. What is something that kind of gravitates you towards that relationship? Because there is something there that I think all of us at some point in our preteen life was like, oh, that's what love is. All of this is what love is, but I don't know. So, Trey, what towards the whole Padme thing?
Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
she's like
right,
the
good
big
point.
selling point to me.
That's a good point.
God, that's
I
amazing.
mean, like, I don't know. They're just, I mean, I don't think you could really talk about, like, in the Phantom Menace, how that takes place because, like, as Scotty just is about to read, it's a little uncomfortable. But, I mean, even, like, going into Phantom Menace, like, Attack of the Clones, like I said earlier, like, it's silly. Like, it's like, Anakin clearly does not know how to talk to a
Person.
woman. And it's like, he's just, like, he's so funny. Yeah, he's just like, I deeply, truly love you. You're so beautiful. It's just like, it's great. But then, I think once you get to Revenge of the Sith, the scene where Anakin like runs to Padme at the Senate or like on Coruscant, and they like hug, and she tells him that she's pregnant, is like one of my probably most like underrated scenes in Star Wars. I love how like in like especially like the Darth Vader run by Charles Soule, they like often flash back to that moment because that was like kind of when Anakin was like, okay, things are going to be changing from from now on, like this has got a lot more serious. And then I mean their relationship like is a huge is the reason why Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader. So it's not just like these two like characters like they love each other. It's these two characters love like f's up the whole galaxy. Like if he didn't like if Anakin was like, oh, I think I don't know, Satine is pretty, like everything else is different in Star Wars. So it's just
well, if only he had seen that quote from George Lucas, how it's not about you can have and stuff. I don't think anyone showed him that George Lucas quote, so I think he kind of was like,
no, I don't think George told him that. No,
no, he's like, wait, he's in 4-7 going, what?
What?
And then like I think my like favorite moment of them, or just like my favorite little event scene, was in Attack of the Clones, like when they're fighting in the Coliseum, and it's just like they love each other. It's just you know, Star Wars romance. It's great. It's cheesy, and the dialogue is like just the best because it's not the best, but you pretend like it's the best because it is. Oh yeah. And then it's just it's all around just chaos, but it's very lovable.
How many of us like are Casanova when we're talking to people we like or significant others, you know?
Yeah.
How many like that's why the more realistic versions of love are like the freaking like Judd Apatow comedies. You know?
True.
Like seriously. So it's stuff like that. It's like that is like love and stuff. And so you think about like this 19-year-old
from a kid.
right?
From a kid perspective, that's your point of love is you know, you read these stories and you watch these movies and you never know. Anakin, I mean, maybe Anakin saw some terrible things happen to Shmi, or he's like, I don't want no one treating my mom like that. You know, I don't want, you know, I hope I can treat someone better than that.
You know, I think love in Star Wars kind of already started from like I'm going to kiss my sister place. So everything else.
It was doomed from the beginning.
Yeah.
For sure.
So everything else like seems kind of like tame in comparison. What was that, Jarod?
I'm sorry. I keep talking over people.
No, it's fine. You're good.
I just said the galaxy far, far away is just in Alabama.
I know.
Shout out to Nick.
Oh my God.
Nick.
God.
So,
but
yeah, Bill.
What I was gonna say is like I think what's interesting about like Anakin and Padme's kind of relationship is that you kind of look at where it started. You know, where it started in the Phantom Menace. What's happening to Anakin when he's starting to really like fall in love with this beautiful woman? He's being taken away from his mother. He's going to a place that he has no idea, you know, what the future holds. And the thing that is kind of this thing in his head that's always going to be like up on this pedestal is Padme Amidala. And he builds her up for 10 years until he sees her again. And then when he sees her, he doesn't know what to do. Like, he's just kind of like, oh, you're pretty. I truly deeply love you. And like, it's a little weird that Padme is like, yeah, that's normal. We can do that. But like, I think what's great about kind of the prequels in general, and put in the Clone Wars, put in all the other stuff, is that relationship. It expands in the Clone Wars. It expands a little bit in some of the canon stuff. And so what seems like could be this kind of, you know, it eventually becomes this kind of toxic, you know, thing. It grows from this childhood, you know, crush to something that, you know, there actually is a connection there. The Force brought them together for a reason. So like, I think it's just interesting.
That's beautiful. Now, Jarod, I know you're a deep lover of love. And,
whoa. You know he's a deep lover? Yeah. Nice. All right.
Very cool. Jarod, good for you.
No, but in all seriousness, Bill, I love some of the points you made. I'm gonna talk about that just after a second. I want to hear some of what Jarod has to say, because Jarod is as you can tell, a romantic. And Jarod, let's hear about some perspectives on this whole Anakin, you know, Padme thing we got going on.
As you can tell from my background and my nameplate, I have a lot to say in the sequel trilogy conversation. Mm-hmm. That said, a great chunk of why Reylo is so fascinating is Amidala.
Yeah.
And
Amen.
I think somebody in the chat, I didn't catch their name, unfortunately, mentioned that Anakin would sacrifice anything for Padme. And I like that.
Galilarian saber. Yeah.
Right here.
Thank you. I'm going to take that, but I'm going to switch. I'm going to change the phrasing a little bit. Anakin is willing to sacrifice anything to have Padme.
Oh.
And I think that's the greatest downfall of their relationship. And
Absolutely.
again, the creation of Darth Vader and the fall of the Jedi has so much to do with Anakin hearing and being told and being shown the wrong thing at every worst possible moment.
Yeah. Wow.
And all of that, like you guys were saying, like he has nothing. He's a slave. He has this horrible upbringing. He's so aggressively optimistic as a kid. And then he's being trained to be a Jedi by a master who he feels like kind of got stuck with him. And Obi-Wan has no idea what the hell he's doing. He's trying his best.
Yeah.
All the other kids around him aren't super welcoming because, like this 9-year-old kid just kind of shows up and, his vibe in the Force is off because he has feelings and he grew up knowing his mother and has the trauma of being forced into slavery. Like, there's all these things that help shape Anakin to already kind of be a troubled youth.
Yeah.
And then we get to his adolescence and we see the events of Attack of the Clones and how he doesn't understand a non-possessive love. And that he's incredibly compassionate. And it's one of my favorite things about Anakin as a character is that his most admirable trait is also his most toxic trait.
Damn.
Is how much he cares. And that he has this need to care and to avenge all the time. Like if he sees a wrongdoing, he takes it as his personal responsibility to
Handles
fix
it. Mm-hmm.
And if something is done wrong to him, it festers like an open wound.
Yeah.
And that manifests Ahsoka. And that manifests in what he does to that Tusken village. And it manifests in the way that he holds on to Padme in that, like, I will do.
There you go.
I love that. It manifests in the way that he just holds on to Padme for dear life. And all of his values go out the window. That's the whole point, is that their love is a possessive one. Anakin is not – the sacrifice Anakin makes by turning to the dark side and abandoning everything he knows is right and murdering his brothers and sisters in the Jedi and countless others, he does not do it because he wants to save Padme so much as he wants to do it to maintain having Padme.
It's power.
Wow. Exactly. And he does. And I don't even think Anakin's like cognizant of the fact that it's all a power trip for him. That
look at Galilarian Saber. I'm sorry, he's got another comment down there, Scotty.
It's on fire.
Life's much simpler when you're fixing things.
Bingo.
Wow.
That right there.
Deep shit.
That right there is
real.
At Anakin Skywalker. You're absolutely right, Jarod. And that is his. He doesn't just. It's not. That's not just about fixing the space, whatever he was fixing there. Like it's about. I need to fix things. I have to because my life has been so broken. I just want peace.
So Gerry, give us your take on it because I want to read from this book whenever you're done talking. I think it's a weird thing to find because this moment I did not know even existed. So Gerry, you're the oldest one in here. You've loved and lost. And I'm not trying to be sad, but you are going through something interesting right now that most people aren't going through.
Yeah.
And he's currently getting kicked out of the home.
So how's your sex life?
Scotty's just like,
hello, Mark.
Yeah, Gerry, you're divorced. You're doing this. You're doing that. You're gonna be in the snow in a week. Let's go with this. All right. Okay.
It's
First
more
of all, can I just?
That's how his sex life is.
This is muy, muy fun.
Let me tell you, very sexless right now. Real quick, I have to say, I want to call Sam Carey had no. Prequel analysis for the win.
Sam
I'm
is
talking
awesome.
about the young Anakin grew up with Watto and Shmi for 9 years.
I love that line.
Then essentially became
No, you won't.
but like he goes, essentially became a monk for the next 10 years. He should have had any good pickup lines. That's great. I cannot stop picturing Anakin like looking at Padme during their marriage at some point, going, "Hey, I feed you, I marry you. Hey, like, can you beat that? Can we do it now?
You
Can we
feed
do
me.
it? You want to do it?
Feed me.
It's like just Anakin with like a vacuum hose attached to his nose doing role play or something. And she's like, "Yeah, Annie, this is weird. This is too weird.
Gone too far.
This is too much. Okay, let's just take it back." Shout out to Watto, who is a proud
Shout out to Watto.
Shout out my guy Watto.
Watto, hey, if you guys should check out Force Connect sometime. I'm on there this week. I hope that Watto shows up, but he is a BTBD. What would you call that, Scotty? Like one of our contacts in the Outer Rim, right?
Yeah,
Something like that.
He's one of the one of the connects.
Yeah, he's one of the connections we have there. But anyway, just
For your odds and
I don't know what I can say about all this.
Jarod.
What was that?
Jerry said for your odds and poops. Oh,
Odds
he
and
knows.
poops, man. Shirt coming soon.
Odds
soon.
and poops.
Odds and poops. But got to get them odds and poops, man. But if I can just say about, I don't know what I can say that hasn't already been so eloquently said. But just you think about, this is something that I've gone up and down a bit. I joke about it. Like saying like, well, if you just listen to, like, one way I give people, they're like, I can't stand the Anakin pickup lines to, he's too creepy in Attack of the Clones, can't stand it. I was like, well, picture George Lucas saying those lines and stuff, and probably will sound better, or at least will make you laugh,
Faster and more intense is now very creepy.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, truly, deeply love you.
So
I don't like.
But all there's not much to say about it except for just that it has grown more. I'm less cynical about it because I was around all the cynical people and all that stuff, right? Whenever I got out of college and people were like, "Oh, those suck," and I'm like, "Oh, I guess, okay." But when you look at it, I've been really diving more into how does this work. You got these people again. Let's talk about it from Padme's perspective, right? Yeah, we can talk all about Anakin, but like Padme became queen. Padme has had a lot of. Padme never got to be a kid. Frankly,
true.
Padme never got to be a child. She never had a childhood. She was queen at 14, younger than 14. She was 14.
Kind of like
Phantom
Anakin.
Menace.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But think about. We never. And I'm not saying that like we never really think about that faction of it because usually we're like,
You're 100% right.
Padme would be smarter than that. Well, yeah, but she also probably was like, screw all of this.
She was probably humbled by that experience.
I've been living the way I'm supposed to for so long. Damn it, I want this.
Yeah.
I want to be with this guy, even though it's not supposed to be there. Like, we're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to have this relationship. But they think they're about to die when it happens. So she just lets it fly because she's like, what the heck? We're going to die. I love you. I love you a lot. Then they don't die?
You can't put that genie back in the bottle.
No, heck no, you can't put that genie back in the bottle. That genie is out. That genie is your roommate now. That genie is now ordering Hello Fresh, and it's coming to you, and it is preparing you dinners.
The genie is rough, coarse, and it gets everywhere.
Oh,
yes.
God bless him.
Yes. But I just, and that's something that really just kind of hit me now, is like that's what I've been really trying to focus on is, why does she's serious, then screw it, we're going to do it. And then she's all in. You just look, it's because she's got a past too that's like, she was denied she was denied childhood. She was denied what she wanted because she had to serve her people.
Both of them were, when you think of it, like,
yeah,
Anakin was a slave, and then he was a Jedi, and then Padme was a queen and a senator. Like she was like, our ages, or at least Trey's age. Trey's 22 when she was a senator. So like, I can't imagine being a senator now. Like it's.
Well, I mean, you can. Never mind. I'm not going to get into that. Yeah.
So before Gerry digs us in a hole,
I'm with you.
I need to read Paul Stanley's one comment that I really liked, and it was actually somewhat sincere for Paul. It says this: "Top tier Gerry right here." So I don't know if
I love that he's still writing songs whenever he's. And then I saw that.
Hey, Bombad people.
Paul, you touched my heart, sir. Thank you very much. That really.
Can I read the? I'm gonna start from the middle of it. From Terry Brooks' wonderful novelization of The Phantom Menace. I'm starting from the famous line, "Hit the nose." Okay, so hit the nose, Anakin called out, unable to keep himself from laughing. The creature did as it was told, pounding the droid's nose wildly. The droid stopped at once, the arms and legs retracted, the motor shut down, and the droid went still. Both Anakin and Padme were laughing now, and their laughter increased as they saw the look of the unfortunate creature's long-billed face. Jar Jar. Anakin looked at Padme.
I'm taking issue with them calling him creature. Just saying. Yeah, it's go on.
Specious. So
a little bit,
the creature did as it was
Alex
told.
Jones, if you ask me.
Okay, hold on. Anakin looked at Padme and the girl at him. Their laughter died. The girl reached up to touch her hair self-consciously, but it did not divert her. But she did not divert her gaze. "I'm going to marry you," the boy said suddenly.
Oh, that's
Jesus.
weird.
There was a moment of silence, and she began laughing again. A sweet musical sound he didn't mind at all. The creature who accompanied her rolled his eyes. So the creature who accompanied her, so even Georgia was like, "Dude, that's not Bombad."
Dude, you used to being real creepy right now.
So,
What's it gonna stop you from?
Used to be creepy.
You used to get canceled.
okay, so "I'm going to marry you," the boy said suddenly. There was a moment of silence, and she began laughing and again. A sweet musical sound he did not mind at all. The creature who accompanied her rolled his eyes. "I mean it," he insisted. You are an odd one," she said, her laughter dying away. Why do you say that?" He hesitated. "I guess because it's what I believe." Her smile was dazzling. "Well, I'm afraid I can't marry you," she paused, searching her memory for his name. "Anakin," he said. "Anakin," she cocked her head. "You're just a little boy." His gaze was intense as he effaced her. "I won't always be," he said quietly.
Jesus.
Okay.
That's like the same energy of saying to someone's dad, "She calls me daddy too."
Can you just imagine Jake Lloyd? Can you imagine little innocent Jake Lloyd though? Just like
Jake Lloyd,
I
she
won't
calls
be
me
forever.
daddy.
I won't be forever.
Okay. So a couple things. One. So did the book just say she did like the Debbie Ryan like?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Jarod, your mane is amazing tonight. By the way, thank you
very much. So Padme does the Debbie Ryan hair behind the ear thing, so that's great. I don't mean this as any offense to the God King George Lucas. Are we starting to understand why his wife left him? This is weird. This is really strange. Like there's a way you just talk to people and like women you're interested in and just, "I'm gonna marry you." Like, I'm sorry. I know
Works every time.
It sounds like a threat. It sounds like a threat.
That's definitely that. Well, today it is. If you're a boomer, that's just how you did it. You stalked someone until they married you back then. That's what you did, and that's why everyone's unhappy now. So there you go.
Well, to move on to the next one, Gerry. I'm sorry your problems are manifesting on live streams right now. But when it comes to the original trilogy, this is a love that I think I don't know. This is like the most Hollywood version of love, the scoundrel and the princess. Whereas you see the prequels is like the perspective of a child. You get the Han and Leia kind of love that I think is just, I don't know. There's something so strange and nostalgic to that. It's like high school you. That's what you want to do when you're in high school. You're like, yeah, I want to get the girl, but I'm going to be a little bit of a jerk to get there. You know what I mean? It's never going to be easy. I'm not going to make it easy for her. So Han and Leia is one of these things that I think I think it's really important to bring it up. Han and Leia, when you look at it from a now context, I was watching Empire and I'm like, this is a little risky, but it's that scoundrel kind of love. And you know what? Wait a minute.
Scoundrel love, baby.
I skipped right over Satine and Obi-Wan. Sorry. We will get to Han and Leia in a second. If we're doing chronological, we got to do Satine and Obi-Wan. Sorry about that. So, Satine and Obi-Wan. All right?
So you chose pain.
We just
I'm sorry. I did not mean...
We'll do it live.
The way of pain.
Yes. So, Satine and Obi-Wan's the one that I think hurts the most in terms of reflecting on it. And, like, what a weird thing that Dave blessed us with. And I'm being serious. Like, that...
I
was not a part of it.
Man. Like I think what might feel a little bit hollow just based on like the prequels, like with Padme and when Anakin, just based off that. I think that even like without showing us a lot, like you feel the relationship between Satine and Obi-Wan. You feel like there was actual connection there. And even. I forget at what point he says this. Obi-Wan saying, "I would have left if you would have asked me." Like
it's like right when he thinks that she's about to be killed by that dude on the ship, right?
Right. I can't remember 100%.
I just watched this at the beginning of the year. No
okay, then perfect. Yes, you're right. Like
I got your back.
That feels like, kind of more than we ever got with Anakin and Obi-Wan. Just like. In terms of like what they showed us on screen and stuff like that. And like, there were rumors at one point that like, instead of Rey being a Palpatine, they were thinking of her being a Kenobi at one point, which if they had done that, that would have added so much more depth to that relationship.
Yeah, it would have.
So I think in terms of just like, romances I like and that like mean something, I think Satine and Obi-Wan, like just this is me. Anybody can have a different opinion, and I'm sure somebody will. I think it feels more, genuine, kind of adult. It's Obi-Wan was he was not a full-fledged Jedi yet, but he was nearing it. When he was just ready to walk away because of the Duchess. I think that means something really, really. I think that's really important.
Absolutely.
It's heavy too. What a big character. The Duchess of Mandalore, who's also a pacifist, does not want to be involved in anything war. Yeah, with Obi-Wan.
We're conditioned, like Obi-Wan Kenobi has always been presented to us as this like stoic Jedi master. Yeah, exactly.
Like
so
pinnacle.
like the fact that he was looking to like at one point he was like, I love you so much that I'm willing to leave everything.
How crazy.
That's incredible. Like that's just
absolutely
so much character depth there. So
see, and you can see why he didn't have any shame on Anakin for what he was doing. He didn't. I mean, not to our knowledge, Obi-Wan didn't get a girl pregnant. But I mean, it's. I'm serious. Like that. I don't know if it ever gone that far or may have been that down deep that of a rabbit hole. Like that is. And I just think it's. What? Why is everyone laughing? Jerry, why are you laughing? I thought you were laughing.
The way you presented it, like at least you didn't get her pregnant,
dig anyone pregnant. He didn't go down that rabbit hole.
All right. Well,
my inner Michael Scott was yelling inside of me. That's what she said. Sorry.
No,
entered the chat with the idea that Obi-Wan didn't knock her up. Just saying.
Yeah, her nephew that looks exactly like her and Obi-Wan.
Corky? Well, I'm trying to figure out, is there another sibling we don't know about? Is that Bo-Katan's kid? Like, whose kid is that? You might have just stumbled upon something here, Bill.
No, this is not me. I've
that?
seen this on Twitter. This is not.
Oh, really?
That's a theory. Yeah.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's just my online illiteracy then. So.
Okay, either that or Corky is Bo-Katan's kid, and like when Bo says she's the last of her line, yikes! Ouch!
Major issues.
Yeah,
Poor Corky.
poor Corky, right? I mean, that's what we leave with.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. I want live action Corky in season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Well, we actually got live action Corky.
explain-
It's called Corky Romano, starring Chris Kattan.
I got to get on that right now.
You gotta go watch it now.
No, but like, I want live action
It's a little
Corky to have a
Corky
monologue. I want live action Corky Kreese. Corky Kreese. Has anyone ever said his name just back to back like that? I've never heard it, and now that I'm hearing it out loud, it sounds bonkers. I love it. Corky Kreese. He sounds like a jazz musician or something. Corky Kreese.
Ladies and gentlemen, our good friend Corky Kreese.
Or like he plays ska music or something, you know?
Yes.
Something like that. Corky Kreese. Anyway,
Is that Mario? That felt like a little Mario.
I don't know. It's like I heard someone say that ska music is what plays in a 14-year-old's head whenever someone brings him cheese sticks.
Yes.
So I think that's 100% accurate. But all I've got to say real quick, I want Corky to just explain how the hell he fits into the whole family tree, please. Please, Corky. Please
Sam. Yeah, Corky is canonically Bo-Katan's nephew.
There you go. See, this is why I change my name from Canon Junkie every time we're on the thing, because it doesn't even make sense anymore.
Sam, I'm calling shenanigans. You know what? I'm willing to do it. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Duchess Satine, they did a little
Star Wars shenanigans.
Little. They did what I call a little Rick McCullum in the bedroom.
I think that Obi-Wan went. I think that Obi-Wan. Hey guys, Obi-Wan went a little too. Obi-Wan went a little too deep into the rabbit hole.
So bad.
Another thing that I.
Corky Kenobi. Good God. So, Trey, any
canon.
perspective on the Satine, Obi-Wan thing we got going on?
I just watched the episode of Star Wars Rebels, where the one here, where Maul faces against Obi-Wan, and like it really like the fact that Maul just murders Obi-Wan's love, like the love of his life, and then when Maul dies in his hands, he still is like caring for him. He's like no matter all this shit, and I think Satine is like another example of that. Like because I mean, Qui-Gon was his master. He had a deep love for him, but like he was in love with Satine, and that just like Rascal Flatts said, it hurts the most. It
being so close.
Yeah, watching them walk away, and it's just actually she didn't walk away; she's dead. But but in Rebels, I mean, he's like it adds to his character growth because she didn't walk away, so she died, and he's just like I will hold you, Maul, for a few seconds until you die, and it's going to be all right. And even though he has ruined
as he's like holding
so
Maul.
much shit in his life, like he's and he tries to like, and we see in the Siege of Mandalore, he tries to even kill Anakin. If he had killed Qui-Gon, Satine, and Anakin, Obi-Wan would have went dark side. That would have like it would have went. So I just besides the Maul interaction, I love the stuff between him and Satine. It's like, it really, like you guys have said, it adds to the Anakin and Padme stuff because we see in season 7 of Clone Wars, like in the first arc, when Obi-Wan kind of overhears Anakin and Padme talking in that weird cargo bin, or cargo area, and he was like, I can't get that mad, I would have done the same thing. So it like adds a lot of depth between Anakin and Obi-Wan too, and it makes these characters like fallible. That's something I really like about the High Republic so far is there's a little bit of flirting between some Jedi at times, and it's like, are they going to? They might not.
They already have.
It makes you
Into the Storm coming out July 6th.
It makes you wonder where that went. Like, what happened that made them so...
Yoda got ghosted, and that's what
like
happened.
Prudish? Yeah. What if he's out because he like really has a crush on Avar Chris, but he knows, he's like, want me? She does not.
If they will not sleep with me, no one can sleep with anyone.
That'd be amazing, actually.
Yoda is the most
It would-
powerful incel in the galaxy.
If we didn't get the downvotes yet, we're gonna start getting them now. I'll tell you that right now. What is this,
In the
Reddit?
chat.
Sorry, the thumbs down. Was this? I'm on Reddit in my brain, I guess. I don't know.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's what I think.
That's beautiful. No, Trey, that's beautiful.
man. Seriously,
So, like,
yeah.
This comment by Michael on all remaining systems. He said, it blows my mind how Obi never wanted revenge on Maul for what he did to Satine. It shows how he was truly Maul's opposite. He was able to let go and not pursue vengeance, which consumed Maul, which is so true. I mean, Maul is a character driven by revenge, and like, here he is, still being vengeful after doing so much to ruin Obi-Wan's life, and Obi-Wan lets him die in his arms peacefully. And it's just, I don't know, it's just incredible. And for a character like Maul and Obi-Wan, not Obi-Wan didn't get the shaft in this movie, but I mean, Qui-Gon was ultimately the master role this whole entire, Phantom Menace. And I don't know, you see this wonderful torch get passed, and it leads into, I would say, I left one out, guys. I left the whole thing out. Jarod, before I move on, I'm sorry. Did you have anything you want to say with the Satine relationship?
I think that Obi-Wan and Satine is a really interesting parallel to Anakin and Padme, in that where Anakin will burn the galaxy to the ground to maintain his possession of Padme. Obi-Wan, being the consummate Jedi that he is unable to own Satine and unwilling to have that kind of possession over Satine that Anakin has over Padme. That's why his whole thing is I'll leave the order for you. It's all a matter of what I can do to facilitate this relationship, not bend the universe around me to make it happen. Wow. And
yes.
It's the way that Obi-Wan is hurt, and we get in the stories of heroes and villains, little Clone Wars anthology thing. Obi-Wan was filled with rage when he killed her. It was nothing but anger, and that I'm gonna end you. But Obi-Wan remembers that's not who I am, and I'm not gonna come down to your level. Mm-hmm. And this isn't what she would have wanted, is for me to suck my soul to get you back for killing her. And let's bring him into it, Qui-Gon too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So there's a really fun way that it is the polar opposite. And that's the thing with a lot of these relationships in Star Wars. I've always said Star Wars is like poet. I haven't said it. I've always said that I love the whole idea that Star Wars is like poetry and rhyme. I almost made it sound like I was taking credit for that quote. And
you should have. You should have. That would have been
Actually,
amazing.
I directed Star Wars.
I
said that to George, and he took it.
But no, it's always been a quote that I come back to, and that it helps me enjoy Star Wars more because of the cyclical nature of the story. Mm-hmm. So the idea of putting every relationship next to Anakin and Padme, that you get another really fun read about them and what their relationship either lacks or has too much of compared to other people. It's really interesting. And this is the opposite side of the spectrum of Anakin and Padme.
Can I just say one more thing about it?
Please.
Absolutely.
So probably one of my favorite quotes in Star Wars is from that Maul episode again of Rebels, where Maul says, "Look what you've become, a rat in a desert." And Obi-Wan looks him square in the eyes and say, "Look what I've he says, "Look what I've risen above." And that just encapsulates it all. It's such a good line. And he sees Obi-Wan, he sees Satine, he sees everyone. And I just that's just the last point I wanted to make. But I love that line. And it's just he sees Satine when he says that. So.
Absolutely, man. Holy cow. That is such a great, I love that. See, that's what I love about Star Wars, is the whole we have these people who are literally opposites in each other's lives. They're opposite forces that it literally is. It's that lesson that George Lucas wanted. He's here's the wrong way, here's the right way, right? And all I'll say, Scotty, are we ready to who have we even who is the last person we said is the most Jedi to ever Jedi?
We said Ahsoka.
Qui-Gon? Was it Ahsoka?
It was Ahsoka. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like there's a lot of Jedi. Like there's gonna be some competition coming up soon. Maybe we need to have that conversation again eventually. Obi-Wan Kenobi. That's pretty Jedi to again go through that pain of losing someone you love. Trey, you really spoke to me, man, when you were talking about. I love that scene, and that's why I don't feel like it needs to be redone in live action at all. Maul's death, his demise, is so beautiful. It's art. It is art. It is art. The way that he holds Maul and stuff, and just with compassion. That's a Jedi Knight, man.
It is.
That's a Jedi. And that is just deep and amazing. So that's all I got to say about it. That conversation needs to happen again. Who's the most Jedi to ever Jedi?
You said it a lot. So
that's what we do.
There's Coleman Trevor.
There's a
Buryaga.
There's
hey man, Buryaga.
Buryaga. Hello.
Hell yeah.
I actually forgot to put the show
he's
notes.
a pilot. Never mind.
Boys, if you don't mind, we can go down this rabbit hole.
It's the best.
There's one thing I need to address that I did not even think about. Han and Kira. That is the other half of Leia and Han's relationship, right? We see this innocent love of Han making such a big mistake and trusting, I mean, honestly, he was a 16-year-old and felt very much like Romeo and Juliet, where he's like, I got these parts, babe. We can escape and go everywhere together. Well, they get a sweet taste of it for a second, then she gets pulled away from him. He fights his whole life to get her back. Then all of a sudden, there she is back in his life, but she's not the same person.
Just falls into his lap at that.
Yes.
That's the best part of that movie is he's trying to get her back.
Yes.
And she's just all of a sudden like, oh,
boom,
you don't have
there.
to. That's her line.
And it is. And so we get this whole story of him trying to prove himself to her. No, I'm the badass. I'm the tough dude, Carrie. This is the one you want. This is the person you want to be with. And then it's so weird now when you watch Empire or Return of the Jedi, you see the character that he portrays himself to be in that movie, because he has become the badass. He has become, the scoundrel that then Leia falls in love with. And it's just so cool because I've never thought about it from this perspective. If it wasn't for Kira, Han wouldn't be the selfish way he is later. And then, of course, Leia is the one that pulls him right back to the roots of where he always has been. And, of course, this manifests in Ben much later, but we'll get to Ben in a second. I love the introduction of Kira and Han. I thought that was probably the most I can't say star-crossed lovers because that's literally Attack of the Clones. The most believable.
You can have multiple star-crossed lovers.
Yeah,
so
but this is like the way they introduce they kiss instantly, and it's so passionate.
That kiss is the most passionate kiss in Star Wars. Am I wrong?
Yes.
Am I wrong?
It is.
I am
wonderful.
Wrong?
No. I'm saying you're right. So the Han Kira thing, something that stands out to me, and I
think Trey disagrees. I want to hear what he has to say.
I mean, I've seen Ben and Rey kiss. That's
yeah.
We'll get to best pieces later.
I'm high-fiving Trey through the Force right now.
I will. Hey, can I get in on that? Can you do a three-way high five? Is that
I got two hands.
Here you go.
I'm surprised it took almost an hour and a half for our first
Do it.
three-way to happen, or
of a
three-way.
The first three-way in Bombad history.
Okay.
So
real quick,
Bill,
Sam Carey sent us a $5 super chat.
Oh, Sam!
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hey, we'll get to Kanan and Hera in a minute. I will get to Kanan and Hera.
I also have one ship that I want to add when we can get to it, but it's my favorite in all Star Wars.
Okay, we'll get to it.
We're gonna have to just. You know what? Screw it. You guys are interested. You're still here. Let's go.
So Jarod or Bill, whoever wants to start it off, I want to hear some perspectives on Han and Kira, paralleling to Leia and Han, because Leia and Han is now this whole. I would say one of the biggest ones out there in terms of the most quotable. I love you, I know, and I don't know, Jarod. I feel like you can bestow some pretty good knowledge, and I'll just move on to Bill after that. But Han and Kira, man, that was something I did not expect. Honestly, when I went into that theater, I knew it was going to happen, but I didn't think it would be as touching as it ended up becoming. Right? I mean, the part where they split up is literally makes me tear up. Imagine having that moment where they're getting like, I would almost compare it to like people, just getting pulled apart, just that, throughout history. I mean, I don't know. I think it's huge. So Jarod.
That part gets me.
I think one of the interesting things about Han and Kira is that Han Solo always has been and always will be the dipshit with a heart of gold.
Yes.
Heart of gold, head of wood. Okay.
I love that.
Speaking.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, yeah.
Hell yeah, man. We're loving it.
Go to Bill. I'm going to fix something real quick.
Cut to Bill. Oh,
Bill's gone.
Bill's
gone. No, in all seriousness, no.
Kira's dope.
I think it's really cool to think that Star Wars, just with the Disney acquisition, has given us some of the best relationships. And I'm not even kidding. Kanan and Hera, I mean, that's up there. Snootles and Zero the Hutt.
Can you pull up Richard Tuminello?
Oh, my boy.
Had a quote. Pull it up, man. Pull it up. Wait, is that one of your students?
No, that's literally my classmate from my high school.
Dude, Richard, you are speaking my language, man, and the screen, like ROTJ singer in the screen.
Yep.
Side Snootles in the screen. Yeah, man, I'm up on the TV all the time on that one, so.
Oh, I love that. That's some good stuff there.
Can I now say who my favorite is?
Yes, please.
All right,
Please.
all right.
Sir.
If anyone knows me, this is pretty obvious. Thane Kyrell and Sienna Rey, Lost Stars. It's not even close, fellas. Not even close. I mean, come on.
Trey,
what are we
you
doing?
Speak my language, sir.
Dude, it's my favorite book ever. I've read it 9 times. I have the manga over there. I have the book over there.
Oh, so sick.
It's like the power of my heart is beating.
Such a commitment.
Dude, that seriously is Star Wars Romeo and Juliet. That really is. The two warring families. You put one of the lovers on the rebels and one of the lovers on the Imperial side, and you've got it's brilliant. I love.
Imagine if they're in
one of the best
Rangers
stories of the New
Republic. Imagine if Thane Kyrell is one of the Rangers of the New.
They leave
Republic.
It's open. It's open, man. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's an open relationship.
I would die. I would die. Lost Stars, though. I think it's
I'm
like
with
the best Star Wars. I love it. I had to mention the other one I had written down was Chewbacca and Maz Kanata. Not in the category, but those are there.
Just like
that's all I'll say.
That's like the Star Wars version of Work Wife. I feel like. Is that because it's like, he's got Mala and stuff. Mala and them are canon, but just to like
side piece.
That whole like, where's my boyfriend?
Old ass side piece. But
oh man, that's so good, so good.
Jared, we got you back, bud.
Yes, I apologize for disappearing. The headphone hub that we have slid right off the table. It just fell. I think we pissed off Cookie Cop earlier.
Cookie Cop, we love you. Cookie Cop, we want to just give you if you don't want the spotlight, it's fine. Sorry, but we love you, Cookie Cop. Please don't kill Jarod. We love him.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I'm Cookie Cop's Horcrux at this point. I'm around him too much. I'm in here like 5 times a week. I can't not be just a part of Cookie Cop's soul. Like, if you're gonna do Cookie Cup, you have to do me first. And spoiler alert: everybody who's in the Nerd Academy is my Horcrux, so you got to kill them, and then kill me, and then kill Cookie Cop. Maybe.
Not just that, you need a basilisk tooth to do it.
Yeah.
So good luck, bitches. Sorry.
Yeah, you got to use like you got to use an Ultra Saber to kill me. That's the only way to do it.
Oh God. This is incredible.
Bill, we were mentioning Lost Stars. Do you have an opinion on that?
Yes, I love that book. It's been, I think, like 7 years since I've read it, but like just
came out in 2015. But
Bill, time moves really different for you.
Well, thanks for having me. It's been great.
The last year has taken 7 years.
It's felt
to go by. So thank you very much.
It's been a while since I can probably say like anything substantive about it, but like from what I remember when it first came out, I thought that their relationship, Senna and what's the other guy? So what's
Thane Cairo.
Thane Cairo. Thank you, Trey.
Lieutenant Commander.
I think
I love you, Trey.
See,
You
One
were
of my
like,
favorite
Trey's,
characters in Star Wars. I had
Trey's my new boo, man. I love him.
oh wow,
man.
competition for Scotty.
Yeah.
But I really
surprised.
appreciate
I'll have a
their
big group
story.
relationship.
I think that it's, Claudia Gray wouldn't have the same reputation that she has now if she didn't just knock it out of the fucking park with that book.
Dude.
Like it's like
And every book since.
exactly.
If I was president, I would swear on this baby.
That's your choice. That's what you get.
Oh, what a beautiful book.
It's my safe place.
It's my safe place. The book itself. Yeah, no, Bill, I've honestly never dived into that book. And Trey,
It's
I haven't
awesome,
given
dude.
the opportunity to.
It's
Scotty.
awesome.
We gotta get Scotty on the we gotta start like a summer reading program for Scotty or something.
See,
I'll promise him
I'm
I will
myself.
buy you, Scotty. I'll buy you a personal pan pizza if you read all these books. Okay.
Jesus,
Well, now, hold on. If you're-
AR points.
I
AR
already
points
read
again.
it. Yeah, I've got like thousands of accelerated reader points from St. Peter and Paul School.
I'll buy.
Lexington.
Well, yeah, but we gotta get Scotty
I'm
to read
cashing them
them.
in.
Okay, I'll buy you a pizza too. I don't care.
I'm cashing
I'm
them
just
in.
trying to get Scotty to get into it.
Listen, I didn't watch Lord of the Rings, the extended cut, and then take the test on AR for nothing. For
But you
nothing,
should have.
okay?
But you should have. Okay.
I should have. I should have
Oh.
read it. I didn't. I didn't.
This is something that I haven't said yet, but one of my favorite relationships is the hinted at relationship between Tarkin and whoever the other guy is in certain point of view. You know what I'm referring to? Wasn't there like this weird
What?
innuendo? Yeah, from the first certain point
There
of
was.
view.
They didn't give his name, but it was like saying they were heavily hinting that Grand Moff Tarkin, in certain point of view, was having a relationship with like an ensign or something.
Yes,
Some dude
and the
way
mouse
down
droid
the
was the
chain.
one that was speaking through both of them while doing like 3 different tasks. It's insane.
It is
So-
brilliant. Go read certain point of view, both of them that are out right now. Thank you.
Oh,
Goodbye.
so do we want to get done with the Han and Kira thing? Or do you want to go back to that? Anyone have any strong feelings?
let's get.
on
Let,
that?
I say let's roll
okay.
on, man. There's so much love. But let's.
Do you wanna do-
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Do you want to do Han and Leia, or do you want to do something else?
Real quick.
What was that?
I don't know. Real quick. I got to give a shout out to. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
He's here.
Oh my gosh. He's taking over the stream. Cookie Cup. No. No.
No.
Stop it, Scotty. You're creating a tulpa. Stop it. Stop. Jared's trying to contain him. All I got to shout out to. I got to give a shout out to Connor for Marin and Cal Castis. Okay.
Hell
Gotta
yeah.
give a shout out to them. Excited to see what happens there. Let's go to Han and Leia. Because
Han and Leia.
We're gonna be here until the next episode of WandaVision comes out. Then we're just gonna watch it together because that's just gonna happen.
I want
I
to
actually
say,
would love that idea.
same with Han and Leia and both Han and Kira. Like I was saying, with Han and like the heart of gold, head of wood thing, he is at his core. He is like, okay. Are any of you guys familiar with the term golden retriever boy?
Yes, I'm a golden retriever.
I'm actually not, but okay.
Okay, it is exactly what you think it is. Where it's like a dude who has the same energy as like a golden retriever. With that same, just like, I'm just happy to see you. I'm happy to be around you.
No lie. Can I say I went whenever I was a college recruiter. We went to like a recruiting like conference, okay, and they gave like, here's the different personality types people are. I was the freaking golden retriever.
Of course you were.
I was, yeah, because I'm like, hey, how you doing, Scotty? I love you. Hey, how's it
good
going,
to
Bill?
see
How's it
you.
going, Trey? How's it going, Jared? Yeah, hey, let's talk Star Wars. Continue.
So Han at his core, like we see with Kira, is a golden retriever boy. And has that like, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
How are you? Just happy to be here. What's up?
I'm a bad guy.
Yeah. But he wants to pretend that he's like Space Danny Zuko, right? That's what he wants to pretend to be.
Gerry, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know what that is, but okay.
That's what he wants to pretend to be. He wants to be like this bad boy, you know? And eventually, he gets to meet enough people who don't know him that he kind of convinces the galaxy that's who he is. And he low-key convinces himself that's the case.
Yep.
The whole time, he's just been a dipshit golden retriever boy. The whole time. That's a joke. Han is Chewie's dog. Like, so it takes him. So he's convinced. He's like, yeah, I'm a bad boy. I'm gonna be with my bad bitch girlfriend, right? No, you're a golden retriever boy, and you need like your badass like feminist girlfriend. Like that's who you need. It's like golden retriever boy needs to be with space AOC. That's how that is.
Oh my god.
And
Yes, queen.
yeah. He needs somebody who's gonna look him in his eyes and be like, "You're the biggest dumbass I've ever met." Like, I know almost every single member of Imperial High Command, and I want to punch you in the face more than any of them. We're gonna go bang in the Falcon now, right? You dumbass, right? That's the energy he needs is someone to like slap him in the face and then go, "Okay, come here." Like that's what he needed. That's exactly what he needed because he's like, "Yeah, I'm a bad boy." It's like, "No, you're not. No, I'm not."
I'm not gonna lie. The minute you said Danny Zuko is Han, I've been like trying to figure out how to like put the words of Summer Lovin' into a Han and Kira.
That's running. Had me a blast.
Oh my god.
Holy
That's
cow.
perfect. Han could never make something.
Now
work.
wait, Jarod. There's a flip side to it you got to address because Golden Retriever Boy does something that's really Rico Suave towards the end of that movie, where she's like, "I love you." And what does that badass do? Because he gets the best last line, and I think it's one of the most iconic lines in all Star Wars. Boys, what does he say?
I know.
How incredible!
Okay, so
that?
let me ask you guys a question.
Bill, you're about to do what I'm about to do. I think. Keep going.
Depending, how many times have you had like a significant other where they've said that and you've said "I know" to them? What is their reaction?
That they love me? What is that?
What's the?
I had my significant other. I said I love you, and they said that back to me.
Okay.
And I was like,
so like
I'm so turned on right now.
I use it like
That's on fire a little bit when you what like that is why Han and Leia conceived Ben that night on Endor. Was like it had nothing to do with like the hype of winning the battle or surviving. Han was like still sporting like the space libido of her saying "I know." He even makes the face he makes is like, "Oh, when I get you back on the Falcon," like it was that. It was exactly that. It was her saying, "I know," and the smile. Han was like, "I'm gonna marry you.
I'm gonna.
Good with you. It's over.
I'm gonna marry you.
I'm retired. I'm your husband." It's like kind of like how Joe Biden introduces himself.
Oh
like,
my god!
Like that's how Han gets eventually. He's like, "Hi, I'm Leia's husband." Like all that matters. He's not General Solo, not the captain of the Millennium Falcon. Like fuck the Kessel Run. He's like, "Hi, I'm Leia's guy. I'm Leia's guy." Her, right? Me? Who'd have thunk it? Right?
Prince of Alderaan.
Yeah.
Good point.
Rip.
R.I.P.
God, that's
Alderaan.
good though. That's amazing. Yeah, I hadn't thought about it from that perspective. That Han, is kind of a simp.
A Leia simp. I hate every time I see that. I hear that word. I think I'm like either some fan of like PewDiePie or somebody is about to say something really offensive. So it's
all my 12-year-old students use that word simp. Like I'm playing music for my kids in class, and they're like, "Why do you always play Taylor Swift for the girls, Jarod? Are you a simp?" I'm like, "I'm an adult, and I'm just trying to make you all happy. Why is this so
Yes.
I'm not simping for 11 and 12-year-olds. That's not who I am."
for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to make one thing abundantly clear right now. Han is not Leia's simp. Han is Leia's bottom.
That's
And there's a difference.
There is a difference. By golly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, by God, Jerry's just gone. Jerry retired. Oh, he's back.
he missed the bottom talk.
Oh no. You missed maybe the funniest.
Anyway,
joke.
I was laughing. I had to go pee, and I was laughing the entire time I was peeing because I had you in my ear.
Okay, good.
Hot.
I'm glad we were in your ear.
Yeah.
I like hi, I'm Mr. Leia.
I love that. No, when you, Jarod, when you were like, he's like saying like, no, he's not the captain of the Millennium Falcon. That was like,
oh,
space libido really got me too.
That's it. Dick makes a great point.
Richard made it good.
Listen, I say that as my first name, my real name is Richard. So like from Dick to Dick, like
from my dick to your dick,
from my dick to yours.
a little bit of what is it, Finpo happening there then, huh? Yeah.
We'll talk about that one if it comes truly canon. That'll be a whole.
We can talk about that one still.
So, let's, you know what? We're kind of running a lot on time. I might actually skip Kanan and Hera. My God, it's late. Hey, goodness.
Kramer, are you drunk?
No, I'm really not. I haven't taken a single thing.
Kramer is tired.
You just shake your head and say, all right.
Jerry! Okay, so.
It works so well because our podcast is already the podcast about nothing. Okay?
Oh. Finpo, I love Finpo, honestly. Let's do Kanan and Hera if you want to, or if you want to go straight to the deepest one of them all.
I think we should just go to Ben and Rey. Let's go to Reylo.
Let's give Reylo its time, man.
I think, Jarod, this is your time. Jarod, the Reylo Jedi, this is your time to shine.
Does anyone need to take a pee break before? Because Jared's about to read us some.
No. Like, I just took my pee break, and I'm with him, okay?
I'll just pee in this cup. So. It's fine.
Reylo is canon. I'm just going to say that right now. Reylo is canon.
Yes,
there you go.
Jarod, you have the floor. So, for anyone that doesn't know, Jarod, we've actually talked about this with Jarod before on the Bombadcast. So there's a whole other episode on this whole entire discussion. And I want to bring up
more for you to love. Go back and check it out. Now it's live. You can interact with it.
Content.
One important thing is, where Anakin had that selfish love, we know what Ben has. So I'm gonna start it off there because Jarod is the master of bringing this up. Anyone listening, if you're not a fan of the sequels, or Reylo, I think Jarod can convert you right now and make sure you send us some residuals for that. Jarod, let's talk about Reylo.
Oh yeah.
I want to say up top, if you want really, really like a channel almost entirely dedicated to Reylo, please go check out Girls with Sabers on YouTube.
Yes.
They're phenomenal.
Yes.
Emirates are good friends of mine, good friends of the Nerd Academy. Please check them out. Like, there is not a single inch of Reylo that they have not like absolutely straight in as deep analysis as you can go.
Can I plug another one that I really love?
Please do.
Sky Talkers. Listen to Sky Talkers.
Yeah, man.
Sky Talkers.
Hey, go support the positive content, man, for sure. Yeah.
They completely changed my mind on the whole idea of Reylo, of it being something that I actively cheered for. I think that their content, I hate saying content. I sound like such a dick when I say I love their content. I love their stuff. I think that they are awesome. And I think they are in a really, really important voice in the fandom. So yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
No, there's a lot of like I said, the reason why I love Girls with Sabers is that they kind of like affirmed every hypothesis I have, and then gave me like ammunition to back it up with. Where I was like, oh, holy shit, they're saying this way smarter than I ever could. Apparently, they say I'm just as smart as them, and I'm never going to believe it.
None of us are. They do much better analysis. Okay,
yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
That said, the beauty of Reylo, in my opinion, the reason why I think it is the most important Star Wars ship, is that it is the reverse of Amidala. Now, I said earlier that like Obi-Wan and Satine is the opposite. Just like Kylo Ren's story and Darth Vader's story backwards. And it's the same thing with Reylo. And the whole idea of Ben finishing what Anakin started is crucial to his story. So on the deep level, on the metatextual level, the idea that what Ben develops for Rey is a selfless love. One that is not based around, I need you for me. You make me feel a certain way. Even though if there's anybody in the galaxy who is liable to have that reaction to somebody, and at this point in his life, could you blame him for having that reaction? He doesn't. His infatuation with Rey goes beyond his personal love of Rey and the idea of having Rey to loving who she is and what she is, period. The "you're nothing, you're no one, but not to me" line gets made fun of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially whenever you have people who are not Reylos. Because it's where people go, oh, this is proof that it's abusive. Oh, this is proof that it's manipulative, whatever. And yes, he is still Kylo Ren at that point. So there's a part of him that is still trying to seduce her to the dark side. But there's an earnestness to what he's saying. Because all of Ben's life has been made up of his legacy. That is his entire identity. That's the identity that's forced upon him. And that is his burden. Is that he is the nephew to this legendary Jedi Master and the son of these two rebellion heroes and the grandson of both the Chosen One and the greatest Jedi killer of all time.
Mm-hmm.
He bears the weight of being the heir to so much. And that's what Palpatine / Snoke, whatever, use against him to turn him. In Rey, he sees somebody who is somehow struggling with all the same feelings of loneliness and abandonment and isolation and trauma as he is. But somehow at the time, and as far as Rey is concerned, the complete opposite side of the spectrum. She's nothing. She's nobody. She has no place in this story. And as somebody who is so very much made to be everybody's successor, he loves her for being a nobody. He loves that she's just Rey. And I think that's another thing that strikes a chord with him, that she's removed in theory. And as far as they're concerned, when the romance starts to bud for them, she's removed from this whole story. She just kind of showed up and started whooping ass. And he's like, yeah, like you're just a badass. You don't need a name. To hell with a name. I wish I didn't have a name. You know, that's kind of what is meant to be taken from "let the past die, kill it if you have to." You know, the Sith, the Jedi, the rebels, let it all burn. That's what he's saying. He's like, I'm tired of this all being legacies and all of this nonsense. It's an admission of what he wishes he had. And it comes out, you know, you're nothing, you're no one, but not to me. Because again, there's still a part of him that's trying to turn her. And by the end, Ben, who, like the inverse of Anakin, this, again, aggressive optimist, will do anything to protect his people, his loved ones. He will scorched earth. It is a selfish, romantic love that makes him commit heinous acts in the name of possessing the person he's in love with. It is ultimately saved by a familial love in Luke. And that completely selfless, I am yours as much as you are mine, and I'm going to protect you because I love you, not because I need to keep you. It's because I love you. With Ben and Rey, Ben, who falls to the dark side because of perceived lack of familial love is brought back by a selfless need to save the woman he loves. And he looks in himself again, who he views himself as this monster who can't be taken back, who can't be loved after the things that he's done. Looks at Rey, sees how much she has cared about him from the jump, and goes, the galaxy is a better place with you in it, and gives his life to save her. It's not about maintaining his possession over Rey. Thank you. It's not about maintaining his possession over Rey, because he never possessed Rey. Rey was always Rey. Rey always belonged to Rey. And he made the calculation that a galaxy without Rey was a worse galaxy, and made the sacrifice play. And there's nothing more Jedi than that. And he finished what Anakin started. He saved the girl. Anakin said a Jedi's duty is, to be a Jedi is to love. Ben fulfilled all of that through that sacrifice. If I had my druthers, it wouldn't have ended in his death. But
Same.
He'll still come back. I believe
That's the thing, and Jarod, you've God bless it. He paints.
I can listen to you talk on for another 10 minutes, man. I got pizza in the middle of that, but I was just like, it wasn't because I was bored. I was like, I'm loving this. I'm going to sit down and just enjoy this. Holy shit, man.
It's like
so
Jared's
good.
got this like prophetic he's like the professor. I mean, literally, like, you just want to hear him talk. You're gonna take your notes and you're gonna leave class. Like, I don't know. There's something to that, Jarod. You got to be able to observe this and take it all in, because people tend to negate the sequel trilogy for some odd reason when it gives us the best love story of them all. Right? I think it boils down to it. Really does.
Damn right. I think we're all. Can we just go ahead and say? Can we all just come out Reylo on this?
Yeah. No, dude.
Reylo, baby.
Let's just all come out. Reylo, motherfucker.
It makes sense.
Excuse me.
I think, like Jarod, I think that there was a better way to either end or continue the story of Ben Solo.
Yeah.
Killing him, I don't think is particularly interesting. We've done that. We've seen that. I've always been struck by. I went to Awesome Con in Washington, D.C. 2 or 3 years ago. And I went to a panel about, love in Star Wars, Reylo, stuff like that. Or redemption in Star Wars, excuse me. And, like, the point was made that, like, what would happen if Darth Vader had, like, lived after episode 6, dealing with his failings, how do you find redemption? I think if they had done something like that, where he's back, but like he's found love, he's found a reason to make the galaxy a better place. He's found his way to atone for his mistakes. Like, he found that in Rey. Like, I think that would have been much more interesting than something we've already gotten before. So that's just
100%. I'm sorry. I've talked so much for this section, Trey.
I have the Rise of Skywalker novelization, and I just want to read a part because it makes this whole scene even better.
Yes.
His heart, and also I highly recommend this book, The Rise of Skywalker.
It's so good.
By Ray Carson. It's freaking fantastic. My grandma just bought it for me. Had no idea what she bought. 10 out of 10. Purchase grandma.
I was literally towards the end of the audiobook, like in March after Rise of Skywalker, I was on the line at work, bawling my ugly crying on the line. Sorry.
So just know it's okay. It says his heart was full as Rey reached for his face, let her fingers linger against his cheek, and then, wonder of wonders, she leaned forward and kissed him. A kiss of gratitude, acknowledgement of their connection, celebration that they found each other at last. But then she drew back, concern on her face. She can feel him growing cold. And then just a little bit later, it said he had sacrificed everything for her. She did not mourn Kylo Ren. She would never mourn Kylo Ren. But she would dearly have loved the chance to get to know Ben Solo. It felt as though half of her was missing, and she supposed it was. The girl who felt alone all those years on Jakku had been part of a dyad the whole time. And then just when she discovered that previous connection, the incredible oneness, it was ripped away. A voice came through her through the force, strong and clear, and said, I will always be with you, Ben said. Like, that's one of the best freaking things in Star Wars, am I right?
That is the best Star Wars relationship, frankly, honestly. I mean, we all agree. Han and Leia, the thing, but like,
Thane and Sienna are close to me, but they're both.
I love it, but like, you know, there's a thing about Ben and Rey that is just it's not just a physical connection; their souls are actually connected. Like literally, that's the storyline, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, their souls are connected, and I'm with you guys. I don't think he should have died. And at the very least, they should have had his Force Ghost with. I don't know why his Force Ghost wasn't with.
He's alive.
With Leia.
He's gonna come back.
Twitter can bring him back, dude.
He's got to be. It's got to be something like that. And like JJ knows about it or something, or maybe he doesn't. He doesn't care, and they're like, just don't worry about it. We're gonna bring him back later. But that was the biggest thing of it to me, was that like he wasn't even there with them. Like they missed such an opportunity with that. Well, hashtag missed opportunities, not to get down that line, but you know what I mean. Like there is just so much. I agree. I don't know. I'm just trying to say here. I agree with Jarod, and I think we're all in consensus.
Yeah,
that it would have been a little more interesting. Like I love that he gave himself. He like you said, Jarod. He decided that a galaxy without Rey isn't a galaxy worth living in. Which is beautiful and heartbreaking, which is Star Wars, right? Well, but just bring Ben Solo back. Hashtag bring Ben Solo back. I don't know. I'm sorry. Save Ben Solo.
This brings up my favorite point of the whole sequel trilogy, and something that, you know, at first I was like, I don't know if I like it, but now here we are. The Palpatine Skywalker thing was something that I struggled with at the very beginning, but then it dawned on me how beautiful that is. The fact that Rey negated her family, who she longed for so long, to take upon the family of Skywalkers, which is the descendant, obviously, Ben's family and the family of Luke and Anakin, and like this feud between families that has just altered the universe. And she ultimately chooses the strongest opinion, the strongest form of love. She much like a stepchild or an adoptive child, takes on a name that really was never hers, because it means so much to the universe, and it means so much to everyone around her in the galaxy. And, you know, Skywalker, but Palpatine, I mean, the second you say it, so many dark thoughts come to her mind. So let's kill that legacy.
It's almost like a spiritual marriage of Ben Solo.
It is. And I was going to say, it's like a marriage of the church. It's like when a priest takes on a different name to honor God or whatever. Like there's so much like a Pope would do. There's just so much deepness there in terms of the spirituality and in terms of what it means as the overall story. I mean, the Palpatines are officially gone. I mean, at least to our knowledge. And we've got Ben, who gave his life, a Skywalker, to Rey, much like Jarod just said. And I honestly had never gotten to the end of that book trade. It had me teary-eyed at one point from what you were saying. This is, I don't know. Maybe it's our modern day. It's our generation's version of love. I don't know if it'll resound as well in 30 years from now. But if you look at it from face value and you look at what Tross did, and there's a lot of people that don't like Tross, and we know people personally that would never consider that a good thing, what they did. But I'm just so, they did it. JJ and Chris Terrio honestly just like killed that thematically. Like that's the one thing. If you can leave that movie, they just nailed that part down without, Ryan set it up, obviously, and JJ set it up too. But to execute it as well as they did, the giving of his life to her, you can't beat it. And then her taking on his name. Certainly could have been worse. Yes, you're right. It really
could have been worse.
I mean, the Duel of the Fates script was insane. He didn't. There was no love redemption at the end of that, right? So he just tells her actual name, and it's stupid. So here we are. We got actually a well-written ending for a story that was a hard thing to convince people to want to enjoy. And guys, this was awesome. I'm sorry. Yeah, Jarod. No, Jarod.
I'm sorry. Well, I want to say I do think that there's something about Reylo that kind of like scratches at that collective unconsciousness. I think that in my experience and in my opinion, I think that the people who are kind of like Reylo inclined, if you will, are also the kind of people who like really like the Campbellian interpretation of Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so much of Rey and Kylo's the union that is rooted in that type of storytelling.
Sure.
Of Kylo Ren being this dark, Byronic hero, of Rey being this, healing goddess type archetype. There's so much there. You have your Hades and Persephone. You have dashes of Romeo and Juliet. You have the echoes of Han and Leia. You have the echoes of Anakin and Padme. There's this amazing marriage of like classic literature and like Star Wars mythos. Revan and Bastila also have like this incredible influence, whether it be conscious or not. The stories echo each other. It's like poetry. It rhymes.
I've heard that before. Was that you?
yeah, that was me.
Okay, I figured. I thought so.
I'm tweeting that now, but there's something about the marriage of the dark side and the light. It was right before I became a Reylo that I kind of understood what balance meant, and that the interpretation of balance was never meant to be 50-50 light and dark. That it's always a matter of like the light being nature, and that nature will naturally have darkness within it. And the whole point of Reylo is mastering that balance, of learning to accept the things that you don't like about you, not change them, not change your entire personality around making up for those perceived weaknesses in self, but learning what they are, accepting what they are, and growing beyond them. And Ben has to do that with his legacy, and Rey needs to do it with her perceived lack thereof. And then I will say, and I don't want to turn this into, let's take a shit on T-Rose. I don't want to do that. Because I have a lot of opinions about how they handle Rey Palpatine and how they handle Ben's ending. You guys said perfectly. Like, I will take 1,000 of Rise of Skywalker's ending before I take Ben Solo dying a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because he never was.
Yeah. He never was.
He was groomed. He was groomed to be what he was.
Mm-hmm. He was groomed to be a monster, and he never truly became it, and he was basically, LARPing as one. And having those two understand each other on such a profound level is the point. And again, there's a lot I don't like about the Rise of Skywalker. The dyad, the idea that, no, this is the reason why you two get each other, is because you literally share a consciousness through the Force. You've always been connected. The concept of a soulmate in Star Wars,
oh, stop it,
is brilliant.
It's amazing,
because you have the Force to be that's
that bond.
Glue. It's that glue.
She was never alone.
She was never alone.
Damn it!
Force chose her. Force chose him. I love Master and Apprentice. It might be.
I just finished that like 3 days ago.
It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. If I could change one thing about that book, it would be the nature of the Chosen One prophecy.
Yeah.
Because I wish that the Chosen One prophecy was a little bit more like the Avatar in Avatar: The Last Airbender, in that every so often the Force would get so out of whack that would go, okay, we need to just have a baby be born that's God tier.
A Master Chief, if you will.
A Master Chief.
No offense to Master Chief of the chat. Thank you for showing up, sir.
Yeah, wherever they went. But like this will occasionally go, we need somebody who is just obscenely powerful to clean this mess up. And I loved the idea, and I love the theory that Rey and Ben were the chosen ones. And that Rey was chosen by the Force to bring balance, and Ben, as the descendant of the last chosen one, was called upon to fulfill his destiny completely. And in some ways, that's still what we get in the Rise of Skywalker. There are a lot of people who go, well, the Rise of Skywalker undermined Anakin's sacrifice. No, it said that he would destroy the Sith. He did. And he set in motion a chain of events that would allow them to be destroyed again. So Reylo is the balance, and love saved the galaxy.
This is incredible. This was great. Boys, I don't know if y'all wanted to do your last little plugs before we call it. And Trey, you're going to do a
standing
special
up doing
honor
that
tonight.
again. Sorry.
You're gonna do a special honor.
That was
for us
beautiful.
tonight, Trey. That was
beautiful.
That was awesome, man.
I'm sorry, Jarod. That was amazing. I think I heard Scotty become a Reylo there, like audibly, like during your talk. Like seriously, I think I heard him go, "Oh, what?"
I didn't have to send him Reylo porn this time.
No.
Which is usually what I get, and I'm not joking. That is a frequent in our Twitter DMs. It's just this dirty, foul, like sweaty. It's just. Yeah, I don't know where it gets.
We can stop there. It's okay.
That's just our conversation, Scotty.
Yeah, well, I guess I forwarded to Bill, and then Trey actually gets nudes. Anyway, so let's keep this going.
Michael Remaining
Bill,
Systems.
it's
Please
scary
pull up his comment there. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We're glad you guys stick with us.
We're time to get the Bombad on.
Oh, dude, you can't get Bombad unless you're on for at least 2 hours. Okay, that's part of it, I think.
So
Trey, thank you for this. Was your great trial? So welcome.
This was your great trial.
Your great trial, though, unfortunately, for Jarod, wasn't as. Jared's great trial was way worse. So
Jared's trial was nonsense.
It was Scotty and Spandex. What were you
going
to say, Trey?
I was great episode. He gets to be on this. Like this is a phenomenal episode. I watched Scotty bust open his. I'm cussing. I got to watch Scotty bust open his motherfucking costume chest. Okay, you don't even know. Dance around like a bad Vegas Elvis. And can we just like training tutorials? Are you shitting me? Oh,
can we just?
What is happening?
Oh my gosh! No, Jarod, what have you done?
I mean, are we taking our shirts off? Is that where?
No. Well, Scotty might come back without so Scotty. I like the idea that Scotty does have just like an actual it looks like a treasure chest but made out of cardboard, and it's just like filled with like weird random costumes and shit. Trey, well, go ahead, you, and then Trey. I'm sorry, finish your stuff because we cut you off a lot, man.
If I can just say one thing, I'm blocked by so many Reylos on Twitter. Almost every Reylo has blocked me. I'm just asking if you are a Reylo listening and you have blocked me, please reconsider. I have Rey in my literal name, so I would like to partake in your dialogue. Please unblock. I'm blocked by so many Reylos.
Hashtag bring back Trey. Bring back Trey.
I just need everybody watching, Trey, you especially, to know I am legitimately afraid of what's about to happen.
Bill and Trey, you've known me and Scotty for a bit, but
listen, I'm somewhere between scared and sexually excited, so we'll
that's how it started to me too.
That's a great place to be in for what's about to happen. Most likely.
Today is Bill's birthday. He has 2 minutes left for his birthday.
We need to. Well, before the 2 minutes are up, whatever monstrosity is about to come before us should play what we discussed was our birthday tradition that we were going to start. We were saying we'll have to do it probably whenever he reveals himself. This is getting crazy. Oh my gosh, is he moving? What? Cowboy Scotty!
Not as extreme. Not as extreme as you all wanted it to be. This is washed out, Scotty.
That's your country album cover right there, honestly.
Scotty Bombad Ranger.
You wear the Keebler jacket. It's the Keebler jacket. No!
He's back.
Holy crap!
I'll get the Bombad birthday song pulled
Let's get
up.
the Bombad birthday tradition. We are just starting this tonight for you, Bill. This is going to be a birthday tradition now. If you're on the Bombadcast and it's your freaking birthday, get ready, okay? Get ready. It's not a strip tease by Cowboy Scotty. That was a little scary for a second there. My parents have went to bed, so it's whatever's fine now. So we're good. Yeah.
We will now premiere the great new tradition here on the Bombadcast.
Yes.
That will be a repeated thing So here we go.
Happy birthday,
boys.
Bill. Happy birthday,
Happy
Bill.
birthday, Bill. This one's for you. buddy.
This one's for you, bud.
Oh God.
Give me 1 second. Hold on.
Mwah. I'm just gonna keep kissing my fingers and doing this.
Yes.
Can I see? Jarod looks very regal up there. Oh, pull it full screen. Pull it full screen. Here we go. This is how we roll.
I'm so scared right now.
It is like I don't know. It's like broken.
You've seen great. You've
the
seen
internet.
what? This is like The Greatest Showman. Okay, have you seen that?
I have seen. I like that movie.
I do like that movie. Here you go. This is The Greatest Showman before The Greatest Showman was a thing.
Nice job.
I don't know what is happening. It just broke.
What the hell is going on with Paul Stanley?
It's just broken. Hold on, I'll fix it.
Well, we're burying the lead here, guys. So our birthday thing now is that we're gonna show you we're gonna have Paul Stanley sing the Folgers coffee commercial song to you.
Wow.
So here you go. Paul Stanley himself singing the birthday Folgers song.
What?
It's Bill's birthday, not Trey's.
It's all our birthdays.
It's everyone's.
Here you go. The best part's coming up. Here we go. Second best part.
He just disappears. He's gone. He's gone.
Yeah,
He's just gone.
that commercial is the best thing ever because it's like I love the best part of waking up. Like it's just the movement of the head, and then that he's like, it's the circus, right? Make me disappear at the end because that's the circus is magic.
Well, Trey, you get the biggest honor
Happy
of them
birthday.
all. Trey, you say the
Happy
tagline
birthday,
at the
buddy.
end of every Bombadcast episode. You get to say the precious words, stay Bombad. Trey, I think everyone's ready when you are. One last thing, boys, thank you so much for joining. Bill, you were a champion, an eloquent speaker. Jarod, as always, White Berry White. And then the amazing Trey Mitchell on his debut Bombadcast. Gerry, you did a good job for once. I'm Scotty Jarod. Trey, let us kill this stream, buddy. Let's give us some Bombad bucks. And everyone, what are they supposed to do, Trey?
Party hard, man, and stay Bombad, man.
Woo! All right, man. Stay Bombad.
Peace.
Every Thursday.
You shall all bomb.